Welcome back to the channel. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming back and supporting me. So today, let's run it back with the Nike Air Trainer 1. Now, originally released in 1987, the Nike Air Trainer 1, it was the very first trainer that Nike created. How it came about, Tinker Hatfield, sneaker designer for Nike, he himself is an athlete. When he went to the gym, he noticed that other athletes were bringing different pairs of shoes for their activities. So if there was an athlete running and then going to the gym after, and then maybe going to play basketball after or tennis, they had a bag full of different sneakers. So Tinker Hatfield thought, well, why don't we, as Nike, create a sneaker for all sports? So what he came up with was the Nike Air Trainer 1 in 1987. A sneaker that would bring down the amount of sneakers that an athlete would bring to the gym. Instead of bringing 3 sneakers, he would bring 1 sneaker. So the shoe was designed with the thought of all sports. So there's certain aspects on the shoe he added to the sneaker that you would be able to use for all sports. The 4-foot strap across the toe that would lock down your feet. The high mid-top ankle support. The outrigger here to prevent your foot from rolling when you're playing tennis or basketball. The grip on the sole has different patterns. As you can see, the pattern here with the circle and the kind of triangles going out is reminiscent of the Air Jordan 1 sole. The lines going directly across is for running to grip the road or the dirt while you're running. And all the other patterns is for your cross training. Now, since Tinker thought of this new shoe to be worn for all sports, at the time the biggest athlete was John McEnroe. So John McEnroe was the first athlete in the Nike umbrella to wear the Nike Trainer 1. And he would wear it for tennis. And there is a lot of images of John McEnroe wearing this out on the tennis court. And he himself said that at the time, this was the greatest shoe that he had. He was having a little bit of difficulty with his feet. And this shoe helped him with any complaints that he had. And he wore this for his complete tennis season. Another athlete you could see wearing these is an early Andre Agassi before he got his Tech Challenge line. And Andre Agassi himself also was wearing this during a tennis match, as you can see in these photos here. There isn't a lot of photos out there of Bo Jackson wearing the Air Trainer 1, but the Air Trainer 1 has always been linked to Bo Jackson. The only photo that I can see him where he's wearing an Air Trainer 1 is the low version in this Nike advertisement. There's a lot of original colorways that came out in 1987, but we all know that the chlorophyll colorway is the best one. The one in my hand is the 2012 Retro. I have not purchased the 2022 version yet, as my 2012s are still good. There's a lot of sneakers coming out this year that I be focused on, like the Air Penny 1. The 3 original colorways that have come out so far from Nike have been beautiful. They've been crafted beautiful. I have my hands on the Photon Dust. This retro here is from 2008, the Air Trainer 1 original colorway that the Photon Dust was created after. This one is an original colorway from 1987, but not an original model. This model here is from 2008. The Photon Dust that just released took cues from this one. And a great colorway from 1987. Now, to speak on the Air Trainer 1 2022 edition Photon Dust, they're perfect. They are perfect. Look at the shape. Look at the toe box, the shape, the materials are perfect. The original Nike, 1987 to 1993, I think it was, original boxes. This, I don't know if it does it for you, but these original boxes, just as soon as you get the box in hand, it takes me right back to my youth. If you're going to bring back a shoe like this one, a model from originally from 1987, why put it in a new Nike box? I think it's brilliant that Nike has put it in the original box. It adds to the experience when you're opening up the shoe. If you were born in the 80s and you remember these shoes when you were a kid, or even when you're an adult back in 1987, there's something about it opening it in the original box that it came in from the 87. Also, for the Photon Dust, they have added the vintage touch to the midsole, which to me, I have a bunch of trainers that are yellow like this but are unwearable. And I think the vintage treatment adds to the character of the Air Trainer 1 because it's a shoe from 87. So taking this out of the box, it's like I just bought a vintage pair from 87, and I think it's a great idea. Upon opening the package on the 2022, and I could probably say that the other two models are probably the same, but the suede on this one, it is great. The suede on this is great. The leather is great. The strap is great. The shape is great. There's lots of padding. I got no complaints on the 2022. Compared to my 2012, the Air Trainer 1 2012 is pretty good, but it has some cheap suede on it. I got no complaints on the 2012, exception of the suede. I don't know if you could see here, but it's like a rough suede. But if you look on the new model, it's like a soft suede. See how it changes color when you touch it? It's a soft suede. And I really like that on the new models, is the soft suede. What I do like on the new models is that they have the kind of soft interior, which the 2012 does not. I personally don't like this material because it sucks up sweat and it makes the shoe smell weird. I prefer the cotton interior. I know a lot of people, such as Nightwing 23, doesn't like the cotton, but I'm a fan of the cotton. Also on the 2012 version, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it kind of has like an eggshell carton insole. And the 2022s just have your original Nike Air insole. Pull holes are more prominent on the 2012 compared to the 2022. Either way, it doesn't bother me. You can give me this or this. I don't care. I would like these small holes, to be put back on the Air Trainer 3. If Nike comes back with some more Air Trainer 3s, the smaller punch holes is really appreciated from us original heads. Either way, they're both great. The 2022s are way more comfortable than the 2012s, but all in all, the shape is pretty much identical. I will probably eventually get the chlorophylls, but I'm in no rush as these ones are still wearable. Thanks again for tuning in on this week's episode on the Air Trainer 1. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Foresight23. And if you like what you see and you like what you're watching, make sure you give me a subscribe. And until next time,